15, but not, so 15 billions were spent as rewards to bank managers of the very banks which are getting the money from. So there, I mean, it's, okay, it's usual corruption, but the message is that it's totally crazy. Nobody even knows where the money went. They are acting totally irrationally, and that's the true tragedy. I think that that's the irrationality of today's capitalism. I have to put it, everybody knows that the true meaning of this money is not in really giving money, it's to re-establish the confidence. The idea is that to create the impression that people will trust the market and so on and so on. The problem is, what if this doesn't happen? Then you can spend even, I don't know how much, and it will, no. Everybody knows that, again, it's not a matter of real economic science, where you spend so much, and so on and so on. So if you ask me, okay, here maybe I'm an old-fashioned leftist, but I think what will also have to be reinvented are new forms of social organization which are in an ambiguous relationship towards state. They can collaborate with state, put pressure on the state, but they are not directly state organs. I think that states, if anything, states also, the way they function today, cannot do the job, cannot really address problems we are in today. And this is what makes it even more difficult.
Shall we do one more?
No, okay, let's do it this way. Let's make this mystical square, yin-yang, whatever. There was one guy back there and then the front. So we did left, right. Let's do one or two more then. Yeah. You make a choice, so you are responsible for.
Yes, you were talking about the subjectivities in capitalist system.
Sorry, about the
subjectivity.
Yes, okay.
Yes, no, about
sorry, yeah.
Yeah, about people being deprived
Yeah, yeah.
from their biological and psychological substance. And I was wondering, how do you see the subjectivity in this redefined communism in the potential future? Redefined communism.
It's too difficult a question, you know, in what sense? Like, I can only give you, I think it's way too risky to get engaged in this, you know, Marxist dreams of how the future people will be some kind of all-developed personalities and so on and so on. I think it's maybe better consciously to leave this open, in the sense of, I think that all we can do today is define the problems and find a field for possible action. And then, apart from some general egalitarianism or whatever, I'm almost afraid to speculate too much. The only thing I would like to insist, because the standard critique postmodern of communism was that you imply some kind of a metaphysical paradise where people will be totally happy, no longer dying, and so on, is that one should totally dissociate communism from this kind of, how should I call it, psychological utopia, whatever. How should I put it? This is for me the big problem of Freudo-Marxism. What I find very problematic is to, although psychoanalysis can do a great job in analyzing forms of ideology today, for example, the way beliefs function today. I mean, we believe and don't believe, you know, like, how do we believe today? You don't believe, you believe through others, you know, like, how should I put it? You know, it's like, what I always quote, that big example, which I repeat all the time, like canned laughter on TV, you know. You don't love the TV with stupid shows like Cheers, Friends. The TV laughs for you. I think, and you feel amused, even if you didn't laugh. The TV does the laughing. It's the same with beliefs. You don't believe, but you say it's Christmas. You say, I don't believe, but I pretend to believe because of my child. Then your child says, I pretend to believe because this way I get presents. So nobody has to believe, but belief functions, no? So all this can be explained through psychoanalysis, but I don't like this idea of somehow linking communism with some liberation from repression, sexual oppression, or whatever, all that, for the simple reason that this can also be done very well within capitalist system, even totalitarian system. This is, I think, what Adorno and Marcuse perceived very nicely when they spoke about so-called repressive tolerance. How tolerance, in the sense of, or even repressive disublimation. You know, you can open it up, everything is permitted, and domination, horror, terror can be even worse. This is our situation today, I think, where again, the injunction is no longer sacrifice, but it's enjoy fully. I mean, today, as we all know, people no longer feel guilty, like I'm homosexual or whatever, I have illicit desires. No. Today, you feel guilty if you are not able to desire. People feel guilty for being impotent and so on and so on. So, the role of psychoanalysis is no longer to allow you to, like, you are impotent because you are too identified with paternal authority, whatever, you go to psychoanalyst teaches you how to get rid of paternal authority so that you can enjoy it. No, it's, today, the social command is to enjoy. People literally, my psychoanalytic friends are telling me again and again, a typical patient today, it's no longer that hysterical or impotent, frigid, I cannot enjoy, that I have illicit desires. No, it's that you cannot enjoy, like you feel paradoxically enjoyment itself as a kind of a duty. So I think what a psychoanalyst should teach you today is not how to enjoy, but that you are allowed not to enjoy. Enjoyment is not your duty. Then this gives you a freedom even to enjoy really nicely, because it's no longer a duty or whatever. No? So what I'm saying again is that I'm not saying we will remain simply sane humans, but I'm just saying that I don't like this bad 68 utopianism, you know. We are approaching a society where, I don't know, everybody will have sex with everybody else or whatever, and so on and so on. That I even think my dream of private dream, maybe this is my private totalitarian dream of communism, is kind of a, I like very much an expression proposed by Alain Badiou, who said that, okay, we had the bad Stalinist terror, now our task is to reinvent a good terror. Which is why I'm quite serious here. I think that the left today sometimes leaves too much space to the enemy, in the sense of, since fascists speak about sacrifice, responsibility, discipline, we react as if, ooh, everyone who mentions discipline is a proto-fascist. No, we should take over all this. Discipline, mass discipline, sacrifice for the common good. Why should we leave all this to the enemy? I mean, we can, new totalitarian fascist party. Okay, one more
question, last one.
So that we are, you know, so that I will not be accused of anti-feminism. You know, this Jungian mystic, 3 is a male number, 4 is the feminine number, so you are the 4. Yes.
Okay, I'll ask a feminine question. In the way that you dig the layers of ideology, could you dig to the level of where production is an ideology which is the engine for capitalism, communism, call it whatever? It's the idea of production, and it's embedded also in the myths, in the religions.
That's a very good, yeah.
So how do we deal with that? I think it's almost production is also a real belief, not one of these proxy beliefs, but actually one we carry.
Here I agree with you, yes, because, you know, yeah, because I agree with you, you know where here, yeah.
That are the fictions of that.
Yeah. No, you know where I believe is you, because I often ask myself a simple question. Let's say you were to talk with a big Stalinist. Of course you would discover that he doesn't really believe in socialist democracy. He knows very well it's terror. But then when you would go really deep into him, he would say, but production, we developed the country, you know, he really believes in this. This is the Stalinism. When Stalin says, not when Stalin speaks about communism, but when Stalin speaks very typically. But Stalin defines what is a communist already in early 30s. He says a Bolshevik is the one who combines Russian persistence to the fidelity to the cause with American pragmatic spirit. He literally includes this American pragmatic production attitude into. I will tell you now where I agree with you, where I maybe don't quite agree. What I don't want to do is to move into this Heideggerian or late Frankfurt School dialectic of enlightenment direction, where we all of a sudden pass from critique of capitalism to the critique of instrumentalism or cult of productivity. I claim that the cult of productivity is inherently capitalist.